is going on? Well, here, guys, I'm live. I'm live. It's very bare in that corner, isn't it? I just realized since I changed the camera angle. Maybe I will stack something in that corner there. Just does make it look like a bit of a music channel now, but it's not a music channel, by the way. Not a music channel. Okay. Is it Friday? Is it Friday? Is it Bruno? Is it Friday, Bruno? It's Friday, Bruno. What is that? Let me move that stuff over. As always, I'm completely unprepared. Chippy, how's it going, buddy? What's the crack? I'm completely unprepared. Mark, what's the crack? What's the crack? It is Friday night. I think it's Friday night. Is it Friday night, Bruno? You tell me, Bruno. What? It's not my prime minister. Technically, it is my prime minister, but I don't get a say in what happens. So we. Do you mean Taoiseach or Prime Minister? Two different things, right? So the Taoiseach is the Prime Minister in the Republic of Ireland, and the Prime Minister is the Prime Minister in the north of Ireland and England and Scotland. So well, Tom, how's it going? So yeah, so the Taoiseach in the south. He and I live in the north, you see, so we have a border. It's political. So what happened is that he quit. He stepped down. Nobody knows why, but I guarantee there's going to be scandal there somewhere. There has to be. Yeah, he did. Yeah, Chippy. But I am in Northern Ireland. We are not governed by the government of the south. We are governed by the government of the north, which we didn't have for a long time, but now we do. What is going on with my lighting system tonight? No, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. I just need to lower it, I think, like that. Is that better? So, yes. So that is the crack. What has been happening here? Today, I went chainsaw. I actually got loads of time today on the top handle and the 181. I am still the top handle is flying. It is such a handy thing. It really has me. It's like it's just a saw that you want to use now. Whereas before it just was always a little bit meh. Now it's just like. I'm just going at it. I was doing stuff down at Red Branch today, and I actually ended up. I was thinking about this stump issue, and I have all these high stumps and stuff, and I didn't. Siobhan, can you close the kitchen door, please? Never. And I didn't really know what to do with them, and I was just going to cut them off at the ground. So basically, I have been running the 181, which is still a bit sluggish. But then it always was a sluggish saw. So I still think that there's more to the 181. I think I can get more out of it. But I just had the top handle saw, and I was carving the stumps into mushrooms. Carving one stump into a mushroom. And then I got absolutely rained off. It's just one of those mental spring days here where it's like really sunny and warm. And then it's freezing and there's like hailstones and everything. So what I did was I just when the rain stopped, I went back out and I just was like walking around cutting stuff. You're just like walking around with it in your hand, just going you know, because it's so light and there's nothing to it. So and I was cutting up all the sticks that's just sort of laying about that I had put away to use to do a project. But then the projects don't get done, so they just sort of sit there, and then they sort of start to rot a wee bit, and they're not really fit for projects anymore. So I was just cutting them all up into firewood, not recording anything, just cutting them all up. And I was cutting maybe 4 or 5, you know, stuff this size, just ripping through it, like really very handy. And then you know, just walking past, oh, there's a tree, right? Cut down a tree, push it over, you know, tidy it up, go on, do something else. It's just such a different saw, I have to say. It really is a very different saw. I recommend that. I actually have found that system, that new Oregon system, to be very, very good. But the 181 now has me thinking that I need to go back and look at it again, you know, but we'll figure that out eventually. We'll figure that out eventually. I wonder. Oh, good man, North. I wonder if I can do this. Okay, this is going to be a little bit trippy. How trippy is this? If it's too trippy, tell me it's too trippy. I'll come back in a second, guys. I just want you to have a look at this. Spring days unpredictable. Stop sharing. Okay. Now, was that mental? What was that crazy? Sorry. Sorry, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello, Zachary. Peppy, how's it going? Mark, Chippy. Oh, I've said most users already. Okay, so did that work? Did you get to see what I was talking about there? Have I figured out how to share the screen yet, or is everybody just off their faces now? What's happening? Let me know. The idea behind tonight, right, was that I was going to share those videos. I was going to show those videos to you guys so that you could have a little listen and let me know what you think. Oh, you saw it fine. Okay, so that is the 181 after I have adjusted the carb on it with a new 20-inch bar and chain that Oregon sent me. The video has not come out yet and probably is not going to come out for a couple of weeks. So you guys are getting behind the scenes. Very cool, actually. Let me see now, and I'll tell you when that video is going to come out. That is not going to come out until the 31st of March, guys. The 31st of March. So what I want to know is how did it sound and how can we make it better? That's pretty much it. So so I did a little bit of a tune up. I did have to go back and forward with it a little bit, and I did have a couple. John, how's it going, buddy? I did have a lot of help from Chippy, I have to say. Thanks very much. Just a 20, yes, just a 20. So I was hoping to get a bigger bar. I was hoping to get another 24-inch bar, but the okay. So it doesn't. It's not as easy. Okay. No, it could be, Chippy. God knows. God knows. It's all technology. You know what I mean? Can't even tune a carb. How the hell am I going to get this to work properly? So the idea, yeah, it does, doesn't it? And you know, so it is. I sort of felt it was a bit sluggish today, right? So, and that was it. That's the footage from today. So, I had been on to Oregon. Let's go back, right? So, yeah, I know. Nice one, John. Nice one. Let me show you a knife. This is one. This is one where I moved the camera, so everything's a little bit all over the place. John, this is one that I am putting back into rotation at the minute. Oh my God, it's so dirty. I need to give that a clean. Oh, I know what I was doing with that. Look at that. I was cutting flowers with that. That's a BK62. Does anybody know what a BK62 is, or who makes it? That is a very, very, very nice knife. Just so happens that I have leather here. Nice. You can turn up the resolution. How do you turn up the resolution? Oh, are you watching on your phone? Yeah, I get you. Okay, so wow, I can't believe how off that has gone. That means I need to put a bit of work into that tomorrow. This is the issue with high carbon knives, right? So is that they rust. I literally cut flowers with that last week, and look at that. I'll have to put the steel wool on that and bring that back. Where is my steel wool? Do I have any oil? Now you see me. Look, gone, way off. Gone. John Arnett, you have turned this into a knife sharpening video now. Through absolutely no fault of your own. So what I have here is I have just a little belt strap, and I'll do this. I'll do this when I'm talking, just because the camera's not on the thing anymore, so I can just work away. So this was the thing. This was the thing. This is one of the original frontier style knives. Okay, this is a Carhartt style knife. Right, but this is made by K-Bar. They are super expensive, like 220 quid or something like that. Expensive, and very, 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 very simple and very effective. So the idea was, right, I might have to put a patina on now. What do you think? I don't pay that for them. I don't pay that for them at all. Yeah, they're super knives, super knives, based on one of the first trapper knives, or one of the first frontier knives ever used, ever sort of produced, the Carhartt knife. Yeah, but I'm not happy with that. I'm going to have to do something about it. Ends live feed to go and scrub a knife with oil. Yes, I have moved the camera, as you see me doing this. Camera used to be up here, now it's down here. So I need to stop doing this. I need to stop doing this. Yeah, there's a bit on the blade. Don't like that. Right. Okay. So I've been running the saws. You guys got to see a little bit of the top handle video, right? Now I have been running that top handle saw, guys, since I changed that over, and I have to say, like, this is what happened. So somebody contacted me, somebody messaged me or something and said, Wally, have you tried the Oregon? What is it called? Jesus Christ, what is it called? The Oregon Speed Cut Nano system. Have you tried it? And I was like, no, I haven't even heard of it. So I actually thought that it was a system for big saws. I thought it was some sort of a new chain, which it is. Peppy, yeah, do it tomorrow. So I contacted Oregon. No, this is the thing about contacting these companies, guys. It can be real hit or miss. It depends on who you're talking to. I sort of have built up a little bit of a rapport with a couple of guys in the States. So when I contacted them, and they put me on to somebody in Europe. Now, a way back, I had been in contact with somebody in the UK, and it just never really clicked. Do you know what I mean? So, Grant, how's it going? So what happened was that I sort of clicked with the guys in the States. The guys in Europe were fine. The thing about and so anyway, look, I asked this guy, Tom, I'll come back to you. I asked this guy, is there any chance of testing this? And he said yes. And I said, also, do you have a bar and chain combo that you'd recommend for the 181? Currently, I am running a 24-inch Rototech bar, which is, weighs a ton, very heavy. And I had used the Oregon bars before, and they're really good. I really like them. I have an aluminium core one on the 435 that has been on it for about 5 years, and it's in remarkably good condition. So he said, yeah, I'll send you one over, no problem. And then a little while later, I got a shipping notification to say that this stuff had been shipped from Oregon, right? So, but when I went and checked it, it was a 20-inch bar and 2 chains. So I contacted him back and says, look, I sort of was hoping for a 24-inch bar. And he says, the 20-inch will fit your saw. And I was like, well, what can I say? Thanks very much for sending me it, but I don't want it because it's too small. No, I'm never going to say that. So that's why there's a 20-inch bar on it. That's why it's there. So, and I'm going to run the life out of it. I have the 24-inch bar there. How often am I actually doing stuff that I need a 24-inch bar for? Not very often. This is the thing. So I will get way more use out of the 181 with a 20-inch bar than I will out of it with a 24-inch bar. Does that make sense? So the thing about the Nano, Tom, is that, good man, Peppy, I wonder, do I have any videos? Like, are you ready to go down that rabbit hole of screen sharing again? Do I have it? Do I have it? Do I have it? Do I have it? Give me 1 minute, guys. Bear with me. Right, we're doing it. I found it. Okay. You ready? It's about to go nuts here. Okay, this is it. That's it. That's all I'm doing. It does sound better, doesn't it? It freaking does. Right, let's cook stuff. Stop here. And that's it. That's all I'm going to show you. Stop sharing. Jesus Christ. My brain's going to fall out my bum. Okay, so that's what the speed cut does. It is a narrower chain, different sprocket. It just seems to have brought the whole saw to life. It really does, and that is a 25cc chainsaw, I think, or 27 at the most. So, and that was me, Chippy. The bit that I skipped past at the start there, with me with the chainsaw, that was me talking about what you had told me to do, and I didn't mean to skip past it. It just sort of, that's where it started. So, you know, so telling me that you had heard it before and you wanted me to do, and so that is it. The next video that I actually had sent you, Chippy, was recorded that day as well. So yes, Tom, and I would have said no, that's not going to work. I know what, Chippy, don't feel like you have to. Do you know what I mean? I'll just talk away anyway. So it really is just such a difference in the saw, you know. So it really just, it brought it alive. Do you know what I mean? I wonder could you do anything else to it? We modification on the exhaust or something like that, and see if that would make it any faster as well. Like for 27 or 25cc saw, it was cutting all right, wasn't it? That's exactly, Chippy, exactly. A muffler mod, that is it. You just call them mufflers, we call them exhausts. But yeah, when you're talking about chainsaws, it's always a muffler mod, isn't it? How is this knife? I'm obsessed with knives now. Might work with knives tomorrow. Just stropping away like a lunatic. But that's what I've been up to. What else have I been doing this week? Sure, it's all over the place. Sure, we had St. Patrick's Day and everything. Sure, it throws everything out of wink. I nearly said out of sync, because St. Patrick's Day was on the Sunday. Kids are off Monday, so you can do nothing on the Monday then. So, what have you got going on up there, Chippy? Sharpening a knife like a crazy man. Like a crazy man. It's very warm up here. Wow. Pat, how's it going? Are you topping them from the ground, Chippy? Love that saying. Love that saying. Top it from the ground. What's the crack, Pat? I'm stropping a knife. I'm stropping a knife while we're talking. It's just, you know, usual Wally's distraction. Goats, how's it going, buddy? What's the crack? You missed all the sharing screen and all that craziness. So look, let me know what you think. When those 181 videos come out, let me know what you think. And a 7-course meal in Ireland is a packet of crisps and 6 pints of Guinness. You know that, don't you? What time were you guys there? Ross, how's it going, buddy? Oh, Jesus, everybody's joining now. 4:30. Well, guys, 4:30? You're not 9 minutes off there, Pat, no? It is 8:39 p.m. here. And we are in the throes of spring. It is crazy springtime weather. Yeah, that sounds about right, Chippy. But I actually went down today to cut down trees, right? So I actually went down. Oh, I tell you what's happened, guys. Lawn mowing grass cutting has started again. This is the thing. Yeah. You've been well. Do you know what? So have we, except for the rain. We haven't had any cold. We haven't had any snow. We have had nothing at all. It just has been crap. Nice. Yeah, Grant, exactly the same here. Exactly the same. Roasting like 30 degrees, then pissing rain, then hailstones and really windy, just on and off all day. So I went down and I says to myself, I'm not going to cut down any trees because it's too wild. It's too unpredictable. So I says, I'll just go and oh yes, I forgot I had this here. I'll just go and cut up some firewood. Sure, of course, you got way off and got carried away and ended up cutting down a couple of trees anyway. Well, this is the thing, Grant. I went cutting grass yesterday. I went down to start trimming or brush cutting, and what happened was that I forgot my helmet, so I was not going to be doing that stuff without a helmet on. So I went and started cutting the grass, and I've already done a cut on one part of it, but I did another cut, and I did the cut without the bag, and then I went over and I was cutting another bit and trying to collect it. And Jesus Christ, it's just so wet. It's just so wet. Like the lawnmower was sinking into the ground. And this is all a throwback from the floods there. I still have so much water since November just lying on site. Not even lying. It's just saturated. Do you have one of those goats? They're very, very handy. I actually have the bigger one as well. You want to see the bigger one? Show me the bigger one. This is John Arnett's fault, by the way. He started talking about knives. I doubt it, Pat. I can barely build a camp at Red Branch. This is the Work Sharp sharpening system, right? So pretty much you have, where's my other blade? You have a fine blade, or a fine stone, and you have a rough stone. I'm not going to need the rough stone. And all you do is, guys, this is the way this works, right? Is that this swivels, where you can lock it so that it doesn't swivel for a straight blade. Okay, I'm going to go with 17-inch or 17 degrees. So you can change this to 20 degrees, and that would be for your standard bushcraft style knife or pocket knife. Okay, 17 degrees is more along the lines of your flat ground knife, or which would be like a like this, or like a kitchen knife. Okay, so this is how it works. So you basically put it sitting on the ramp, bring it down. See the way that swivels? That's so you can get your edge in like that. Ten is usually enough. Okay, it wasn't blunt anyway, but I was just it does have a little bit of corrosion on it. So what you do then is you take this off, turn that to the flat section, and that's a ceramic rod, right? So all you do is you're taking the burrs off the steel now. And that's it. Now, what I have right here is I have an old strap that I made myself out of this leather, right? So, yeah, so look. Ta-da! Guys, this thing will take over your mind. This knife it takes such a good edge. Well, look, and then he made a balls of it, look. Love it. Right, I'm putting it away. I'm not talking about knives anymore. John, that's your fault. In a good way, of course. So, what age is Abby? What age is Abby, Pat? I really need to start looking into my boxes more. I just noticed that there's loads of stuff there that I was supposed to do loads of stuff with, and I never did any of it. Yes, same age. So, so let me see now. What have I met? Yeah, that's what I was thinking today. So I went trimming today, Grant. I had some overgrown sections that I needed to cut up. I needed to get started on the garden from last year, guys. So I was working on that today because I didn't do a lot of work on it last year. I sort of just let it go. And what happened is that I sort of was thinking, I'm just going to trim this and then get the backpack blower on it. But I forgot the backpack blower, as I just seem to be just forgetting so much stuff. That's very cool. Anywho, stop getting distracted. Guys, so that is it. Main concern at the minute, guys, is the carbs. Is you burn your garden. You burn it? Really? I'm going to put wood chip on it this year, I think. I've just so many weeds. It breaks your heart. Breaks your heart. And if you're not down there for a couple of days, it's just a disaster. So what I'm going to do is where I planted all my onions last year, I'm going to fill that with wood chip, and I'm just going to put the onions down through the wood chip into the thing. Or duct tape. Duct tape fixes everything as well, North. Thanks, Peppy. Jesus tape. Yeah, that'll work. Oh, I don't know if I want to go down the road of membranes. Now, do you mean put a membrane down and then lift the membrane up, or do you mean put the membrane down and then sew through the membrane? That's the thing as well. I do have some membrane there, but I sort of need it. I need it for something else. So, oh, lift it after. Okay. Do you know what I do have? I do have loads of black plastic that got ripped off the roof when the roof got destroyed. I might just put that down on top of everything for 3 weeks. Real heavy duty black plastic. Yeah, I might do that. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. As long as the thing doesn't blow away. This is the issue, isn't it? Is keeping it down. Yeah, I'll have to take out that black plastic. Do you know what? I might just cover a small section with it. I'm gonna. I put potatoes in last year and I put onions in last year. The slugs ate all my onions, and the floods destroyed. Well, the spuds just didn't grow. They just didn't grow. I don't know whether it was too wet or what the crack was. And I put them in around this time. I definitely put the potatoes in around St. Patrick's Day. And apparently the slugs don't like crawling across wood chip. Yeah, this is only a little garden. I got to start somewhere. I always just never have the time. This is it. So I'm always full of good intentions. The road is not great. It's not. I can't drive in, so it's everything's very wet. So and the road is a bit of. It's one of these things that I'm trying not to think about. But I could be entitled to a grant to get it fixed. This is the thing. So. Yeah. Does it not destroy the soil, goats? No. So yeah, this is the thing. So they changed the criteria for the people that were affected by the flooding, and so basically I might be entitled to it. Might be. Apparently I was to be entitled to it. And then what happened is I went away off looking at it, and somebody contacted me and said, oh, I don't know if you're entitled to this. And I was like, yeah, so I don't know. I will have to see how these things pan out, because it's a bit of a disaster. It is a bit of a disaster. And I have been trying not to think about it, because every time I think about it, I go, you know, so it's worse than I thought, right? So I thought I had it fixed, but I don't. So I'm probably missing about a load of stone off what's there. So everything has gone, whatever was maybe 5 inches thick is now like that thick. So the whole top 3/4 of the road got washed away, as far as I can tell. And you know, this is the thing. This is the thing. So if I get a grant, right? If I get a grant and I can put the road back in, should I? You know, is it just going to flood again next year and all get washed away again? It would be a lot of work, goats. Unless I had a digger, it would be a lot of work, like a lot of work. But see, the thing is, North, is that it never flooded before. That never happened before. Yeah. So you see, I had put in a load of concrete tippings in before, which is the washings of when they empty concrete lorries and concrete mix lorries. Do you know what I mean? So I don't have access to what feature. What is going on there? So what happened is that all that stayed. I put the membrane on top of that, and then I put stone on top of that. So that is all still there. But it's the stone that washed off the top, and it's the stone that makes it level. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. See, an easier thing for me to do would be, you see, the thing about the garden is that it's a high garden anyway. So if I could get a digger in just to dig like a cross in the middle of it, and then just build something around those crosses, that would work 100% as well. So this is it. It's hard to know. Like, are you pissing money away by doing it again? You know, or are you setting yourself up for disaster again because it's just going to happen again, or you know, or do you take a chance? Now the thing is that you can't drive in anyway. The whole grass part of Red Branch is just destroyed. It's just so wet, so wet. Yeah, I don't know if you can. I know people who crush it. I know people that mash up old buildings and stuff like that. But I don't know what to do with it. And you would need a truck. This is the thing. So, yeah, I'm hoping the same, and I'm hoping to. You see, I did all that. See, this is the thing. None of that makes any difference. This is it. So the level of flooding was so high. It wouldn't matter if you made a retaining wall, okay? Because you need holes in it to let the water drain away anyway. Otherwise, you're just building a swimming pool, right? So what happens is that normally it floods up and the water level just rises and then it just goes back down and nothing gets displaced. What happened that time was that there was so much water up and moving, so it was a destructive river instead of just water rising and then just ebbing and flowing, coming up and then going back down. This was just like so much force behind it that it was picking big logs up and washing them 2 miles downstream and stuff like that. You are right, Pappy. No, it wasn't drainage. This is the thing, Chippy. What actually happened was you imagine this is my road, right? Sorry, this is my road right here, and the river's here. It just runs alongside it. So it's not like water was flowing down from this side and washed the road away. The river rose and submerged the road, but it was flowing along the path of the road as well. Do you know what I mean? There is nothing you could have done, right? There's nothing you could have done to stop it except stop the rain from falling. Does that make sense, guys? Well, you see, what's happened upstream, Tom, is that they have cut all the trees on the mountain. You know, they don't clean the rivers anymore. There's no environmental agency that cleans shucks and ditches, so there's no water. The water doesn't run away as fast anymore. No, guys, it's 100%. It's a complex issue that it's not like you can just go and dig a ditch somewhere and the water will get away easier. It's just like everything on 300 foot either side of the river was underwater. Do you know what I mean? So it was like 300 foot, maybe 100 foot each side of the river, 150 foot each side of the river was underwater. It wasn't just a case of that something washed down through something. The river just literally rose up and took everything with it. So Benjamin, how's it going, buddy? If money, yeah. No, you can't. Well, this is what I could do. This is what I could do, Goat, is that I could widen the river, right? But then I only have a very small section of river and I have no control of what goes on here or here. Do you know what I mean? So if I'm going to landscape the river a little bit anyway, but down at the Red Branch because I have done that before, just so that it's easier for kids and stuff to get down to the edge of the river if we're doing dipping and stuff like that. So so even though the river, say the river is like this and the water flows through this channel, okay, so if I widen it like that, right, so you have the same volume of water going through a bigger container, if that makes sense, as soon as it gets out past my land, it's going back into this anyway. So then you're do you know what I mean? It's no, I haven't. This is it, Tom. They're say they took out 50,000 trees off a mountain above you, and how much soakage does 50,000 trees do? But there has to be an issue somewhere. Like nobody had ever, I have never seen that in my life. I'm 46. There was people there I was talking to who are in their 90s and they have never ever seen anything like that. So it's a combination of errors, isn't it? A perfect storm, isn't that what you call it? It's global warming. It's Brexit. It's the Suez Canal. It's COVID. It's all those things mixed together. Boom, Wally floods. Now, what did you do? Get a kayak. Well, I have one. Go for a spin in my kayak. That's what I did. So if I get the grant, I think I'm going to go ahead and fix it anyway. I don't. El Nino as well. I think I just sort of have to, because it prevents me from doing stuff. I don't like I can't get into Red Branch, so I have to reverse back and stop, you know, maybe 20 yards up the road, and then I have to carry everything in, right? So now there'll be none of that. The poor old skibbity toilet is right. Skibbity toilet is actually banned in Red Branch, guys. It's banned. It's banned. There's no skibbity toilet. No skibbity. So to the toilet and everything flooded. It was crazy. It would be I try not to. I work with kids. I listen to this crap all the time, you see. So when it starts going on for days and days on end, and then it's weeks, and it is the thing that everybody does for the summer, and you listen to every single kid who thinks he's a smart arse start to do it. So, and then it just goes on for a full week, and then you have a next week of a new intake of kids, and somebody will do it, and then it'll just keep going, and it just keeps going and going and going. So Pokemon cards are banned, Skibbity Toilet is banned. That's the only two things that's ever been banned from Red Branch Bushcraft. Oh, I know, Chippy. I know. But this is the thing is I'm going to I'm going to if I do it, I'm going to get a guy to come in a 13-ton digger, right? And there's just going to be lorries of gravel, same as what I did before. It'll be the same man will come in and the same man will do it for me. And I'll try not to skimp on it, and I'll just say to him, look, if this was your drive, how would you do it, right? And I'll go with what Martin says, because he knows, you know. So anywho, this is the way. This is the way, guys. Happy Friday, happy weekend. Check out the videos coming up on Sunday. What video is coming up on Sunday? Is it something to do with what we have been talking about? I don't think so, actually, guys. I think I'm actually a fair bit ahead now at the minute. Which never usually happens. No, and now we're splitting firewood. That's what's going on. Me busting my ass for your entertainment on Sunday afternoon, guys. And then we get into the speed cuts and all that there stuff. But I have a fair bit of content lined up for you guys at the minute. So anywho, look, I am going to leave that there, guys. Everybody, stay frosty.